everyone, this is Sayde Heckman, UDEL's Garden and Arboretum Manager, and today we're in my apartment and I'm going to be doing a little houseplant tour. This will be a series, so you'll have to keep an eye out for our Instagram, Facebook, and other social media, as I'll be posting updates on different portions of my houseplant collection throughout the next few weeks. So today we're going to start in my bedroom. This is where I have two southwest facing windows, so it gets the most sun of all of the rooms in my apartment. So first off, we're going to start off by talking about cacti and succulent, but in this room I also have my pothos on my dresser here, along with some other things that needs a lot more sun, but not as intense as right next to the window. On this display, this is actually a clothing rack that I got from Lowe's, and this is where I have all of my hanging plants. So more pothos, hoyas, peperomias, that kind of stuff. But today we're going to be focusing on my succulent and cacti collection. So in this spot I have about 30 to 40 different specimens of plants, and I'll just talk about a couple of my favorites. And yeah, ask any questions down below in the comments if you see a plant that I don't talk about that you want to know what it is. Please let us know in the comments below. So to start off, this really isn't a succulent or a cacti, but I have it over here in the corner because it needs indirect light. And this is my Wales fin sansevieria. And it's super duper cool. I got this one at Mahonia, I think in December. And it's grown a lot since I bought it. This is just a really cool plant to have. It's definitely a conversation piece. And I just keep it in this shaded corner next to all my cacti and succulents. And some of them do look a little rough because it is winter, so it's really hard to keep these alive in my apartment. So just bear with me. And they're packed in here pretty tightly. So this next one, you can see I forgot to water it a couple times, but this is my devil's backbone. And I actually got this from a past apprentice at UDEL, so Nicholas. Thank you for this guy. But this is a backbone. And it's really cool because the leaves almost look like a stacked ladder, and it's a really fun plant. It doesn't take a whole lot of water, but the leaves do tend to brown up if you forget to water it one day. This is a really cool plant, and it's probably quadrupled in size, and you can see on the top there's a lot of brand new growth as well. So now that spring is here, these guys are starting to take off again. Next on the list, let's see, which ones do I want to talk about? This one is really cool. So this is Kalanchoe lavender scallops. And if it had more sun, you'd be able to see the lavender scallops portion, but it has white, pink, and purple variegated leaves. And it has a really sporadic growth. And I got this one at UDEL a couple of years ago, and I really love how cool and crazy it grows. And my favorite part is these little brace roots that it shoots off at the bottom. So like if this was in a bigger container, these would shoot down into the soil and then anchor in, and then they would just keep trailing around in the container. So I really like this plant. And this is Kalanchoe lavender scallops from UDEL. And I think we should have some of these in the greenhouse as well. Let's see. I don't usually like spiny things, and it looks like this one actually might need some water. But this is euphorbia, and it's a miniature euphorbia. And the reason I bought this one is I love the red needles on it, and they're not too sharp. They occasionally get stuck in curtains and stuff, but they're not too bad. But I actually got this euphorbia in, where did I get it? I got it during a PPA conference, Perennial Plant Association, and I actually packed it in my suitcase. I got this one from Raleigh, North Carolina, and I put him in my suitcase, and he's been with me for probably going on 2 years. And he was in a small container when I bought him as well, but I really like this one. Another weird, crazy grower, but this is euphorbia, and here's its full Latin name. But it's a really cool plant, and if you want something that looks more cactus-like, but not as dangerous as like a prickly pear, This is a good one because you can actually touch it and not get thorns in your fingers. This next one that I have is a Madagascar palm, and this one I got from Plant Kingdom here in Louisville, and I really like it because, again, it's another spiny plant, but it's not gonna hurt me. It just looks tough, but it's not. And this one actually shot out a bunch of new foliage recently. It did lose all of its leaves, then it started shooting out new foliage. But I think this is a really cool plant, and somebody that I help private garden, she has a really big one that she's had for many, many years, and it's a really cool specimen. And it's super drought tolerant, so hopefully I'll never kill this guy. So that's a Madagascar palm, and they're really cool. I have a couple of palms in my collection. Okay, we'll do a few more, and then I'll let you guys go, and I'll catch you up next time on the rest of my collection. But this one I also got in Raleigh, North Carolina, during a PPA conference, and this thing is so cool. So it's called the helicopter plant, and its Latin name is Crassula flacata ivory pagoda. So ivory pagoda is the cultivar, and it's just called the helicopter plant, it's its common name. But it's a really cool plant, and the leaves overlap on the top, and they're kind of fuzzy, and I just really love this plant. Another drought tolerant one, and I got this one when it was probably just one little branch like this, so it's grown a lot, and I have it just in my full sun window, and it's done really well. And I hope we can get some of these at Udell sometime to sell to you guys, because it's such a cool, unique, funky plant. And it's done so well in my apartment. So that's helicopter plant. And then the last one I'll talk about is this guy right here. And this is another Crassula. If you guys follow me on my Instagram, Sadie Lady Crazy Plant Lady, I recently posted a picture of this guy because he's done really well. So this is Jade Necklace, or a Crassula. And the reason I like it so much is it's a very unique growth habit. So it kind of looks like a necklace. And what I really like is the purple tinge on the edges of the leaves, and how they're kind of stacked within each other. So it's almost like if you look at the tops of them, like the living stones that you can find, it kind of looks like that. But I really like how it spills out, and I'm hoping eventually I'll be able to hang it in a hanging basket and it'll look really beautiful. But I actually got this one in Chicago at, let's see, it was at PPA, and I got it from Chalet, which is a fantastic garden center in Chicago, and I've been really loving this plant. So that's a brief tour of the plants I have. I have other things like barrel cactus and pilea, and other different types of sedums, but those are some of my favorites with cool stories. So I hope you guys join me next week. I'll be talking about more of my tropicals, alocasias, mangaves, and those kinds of things in my living room. So please join me next week, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Please ask any questions in the comments below, and have a fantastic day.